Welcome to the episode 3 of this fifth year podcast. This is going to be your first NBA update, first NBA podcast, first NBA episode. We're going to kick it off straight away, just with the recent things. Christmas Day games just recently came out. Biggest one, the Battle of LA, Clippers versus Lakers in the Staples Center. How you guys feeling about this matchup?
I kind of feel like they kind of did a disservice to it by having it as the opening game.
Yeah.
The Cavs Warriors Christmas Day games were actually pretty hyped up because it was the first time they met after their last finals game, whenever that last finals game was. It might even, because the Clippers and Lakers have to play each other 4 times. They might end up playing even twice before Christmas. So I don't know.
That would be terrible business, man.
It would still be. I mean, it's still going to be a great game because of who was on the court, but I feel like they kind of watered it down a bit by giving it on opening night. I mean, the opening night game is going to be pretty great, but it's still going to be a good game. But
yeah, I feel the same way. I just don't like how they're going to put it at 10:30, 11 o'clock.
I mean, that's how West Coast.
But yeah,
games
I know that's just what they have to do for West Coast games.
All right, next game on the schedule or on the list was the New Orleans Pelicans traveling to Denver to play the Denver Nuggets. How you guys feel that matchup is going to go?
I definitely think they could have put a better game together, and it's not only because I get what they're doing. Obviously, it's Zion. That. I mean, that's obviously why it's there. I just think they could have put a better team in the Pelicans' place. Personally, I think the Jets, an overall better team they could have put in that spot. I'm surprised the Mavericks, obviously Kristaps and Luka, but
I'm just glad Zion got it instead of the Knicks. Because Zion's going to bring in all the ratings on Christmas.
I saw this one thing that was they're just happy with the schedule because we don't have to deal with watching the Knicks lose by 30 while putting out 5 power forwards.
Yeah, pretty much.
We'll get to after that was.
All right, next one is going to be Boston in Toronto. I'm going to just start off with this. I'm not a big fan of this because Boston's star player being replaced with Kemba Walker, and then Toronto not getting any compensation for the loss of Dane Green and Kawhi Leonard. I don't see how this is supposed to be a popular game.
Well, I would disagree. I think had a couple. I mean, in the finals, the defending champions are always on Christmas. That's just what they deserve it. I mean, I guess you can say, but I mean, who else are you gonna put with Boston? Now, Brooklyn, if that had been the first time they would have played, now that would have been interesting.
That would have been a much better choice, in my opinion, than Toronto.
That would have been a great, it would have been
Toronto's
a really good
kind of boring now.
But you have to put the Raptors.
Which really hurts to say, because you have to give respect to them, because they were still a 40-something win team.
Yeah. I'm just, I'm not gonna probably watch the.
Well, that's
whole
where
game.
I come back to the Pelicans Nuggets game. I know you want Zion, but then why not give Zion? Why not put? Because you got the Pelicans Raptors opening day. Why not that be the Christmas game so you can still have Zion while the defending champs, and then you could put the Nets instead and take out the Nuggets. I mean, I know the Nuggets were the 2 seed last year. They're a really good team.
1 game away from the conference finals.
The NBA's regular season's meant for drama. I mean, if we're being honest here.
Yeah, but I don't.
Pelicans Nuggets.
I mean, one team that does have drama, in my opinion, would be the Bucks and the 76ers. We saw it at the end of last season. Giannis and Ben Simmons going at each other. That
It's not even that. I mean, it's basically a preview of the Eastern Conference Finals.
Ooh.
I mean, unless something happens at the trade deadline or something, or another team makes a move. I mean, the Sixers and the Bucks are the best 2 teams in the East, and I mean that's definitely why they're the Christmas.
Definitely going to be very watchable compared to previous years.
Compared to.
I'm excited about the last game.
Yes. The new duo of James Harden and Russell Westbrook going to Golden State.
I love this. Unfortunately,
Clay's not going to be back for that. Yeah.
Nope.
Who the hell knows? I mean, they were calling about February. Clay could be the ultimate warrior and make his debut on Christmas.
Dude, I would rate that. Dude, that would get dumb ratings, bro.
That would be so stupid.
That would be stupid for his health, but
out of 5 games, that's definitely the game I'm looking forward to the most right there.
All right. Next up, we just got through the Christmas Day games, gave our impressions. I got a little thing pulled up. I thought of it myself. I call it the good, the bad, and the silent. Basically, the way that's arranged. One team that improved, in your opinion, the most. A team that took the biggest step back. And a team that silently moved around in the offseason and just stayed the same. I'm going to start off with my good, the Los Angeles Lakers, because they weren't a playoff team. And I don't care if you say it is because of injuries. They weren't there no matter what. They gave up a few of their assets, but they still brought in my opinion, 2 All-NBA players when healthy. They still have good vets, a good young player in Kyle Kuzma. That team is looking a lot better than they would have been if they were to just do nothing.
I mean, for me, it's an easy answer only because if you what wins championships? Superstars win championships. One team added 2 superstars and nobody else did. That would be the Los Angeles Clippers. I don't know how you can really argue against the Clippers having the best offseason in the league this year. You went from no all-stars to 2 superstars in one offseason. I mean, how can you refute that? I love what they did this year, even outside of Kawhi and Paul George. I thought he'll either – I don't know. There's rumors he might be starting. I don't know if he's going to start. But I think that was another good pickup. I think the Clippers just clearly obviously had the best offseason. I mean, who else is boasting that they added Paul George and Kawhi Leonard in one offseason?
Along with you, Deuce also said that the Clippers were the biggest improvement. Go ahead and give your opinion on that, Deuce.
Yeah, but it's not even – I mean, if you had 2 superstars like George and Leonard, that would usually give you the best offseason. But they kept Lou Williams, who's going to be the 6th man, probably off the bench. They kept Patrick Beverley, which I thought was very, very crucial.
Very important.
Radar signing. Still got Montrezl Harrell. I think they still have Zubac. Is that right?
They do.
Zubac.
Yeah. 4-year deal. He's there for a while. They locked him up long
Yeah,
time.
they're going to be able to compete with that Lakers team. I would go as far to say they're better as of now, but obviously we're just speculating in August.
It's all speculation. Yeah.
It's got to be the Clippers for me too.
All right, now this is when everything started being switched up. When we talk about the biggest step back, I'm looking at a team that's possibly fighting for a playoff spot after being one of the presumed top teams going into the offseason, the Oklahoma City Thunder. They lost Russell Westbrook. They lost Paul George. Now, you can say they still have Gallinari, CP3, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, but those 3 as a replacement for George and Russell Westbrook, they are not going to be anywhere near the production. Plus, they do have Andre Roberson coming back, but that's not going to be enough to help that team out.
I would even go far. I don't even know where you.
They're not. They're just not.
The Thunder.
They're not making the playoffs.
Well, yeah, that's my point. Yeah, this team's tank. Chris Paul, they're going to trade the first things they get. But I love him. Kyle Lowry's my favorite NBA player. But, I mean, the Raptors, I think, I do like a couple of moves they made. But when you're the defending champs and you lose your best player, you're the best player in the league. Yes, I said that. And, I mean, yeah, that's where I would go with that. The Raptors, they're still going to be a playoff team, but they're not a championship contender anymore. They were last year. Losing Kawhi Leonard hurts.
And they lost Danny Green. I feel like people don't give that much attention to Danny Green also moving on.
I would agree with that. But I did like a couple of the moves they made. I think Stanley Johnson, if he's ever going to do anything with his NBA career, it's going to be now. And I like the Hollis Jefferson pickup. He'll give them bench minutes.
And Anunoby's actually coming back off of injury.
That's
he's
another, coming back.
Yeah.
So I think he's gonna improve. He's obviously gonna probably be their starting 3 now. But losing Kawhi Leonard, I think that's obviously the big step back. I mean, I know you're coming with the Thunder. The Thunder are a team that, despite losing 2 All-Stars, couldn't even got the first round. The Raptors are defending champions, and they don't have their best players.
Yeah, I agree with both years. I can see why the Thunder declined a lot. I was going to go with Toronto originally, but then after I looked at it again, I'm going to go with the Boston Celtics because they were
I do not like this pick.
They were a champion. People thought, hey, they're getting Kyrie healthy for a full year. They think they're going to get Gordon Hayward back. Now, obviously, Gordon Hayward wasn't as they expected him to be, and Kyrie Irving, we all saw what happened there. But this team was, a favorite in the East for, they were going to be right up there with the Raptors and the Bucks and the Sixers, and they were a little disappointing in the playoffs. But then Kyrie was going to go. They replaced him with Kemba Walker, who we can all agree is not an upgrade over Kyrie Irving. But they also lost Al Horford to a division rival, which
I
probably
think
bigger than
Kemba Walker. I think Kemba Walker is going to be a better fit and will play better in Boston than Kyrie did. Not saying that he is a better player, but I feel like he is going to play better than Kyrie did in Boston.
Even if you go with that,
Sure,
losing Al Horford,
Boston.
Yes.
Yeah, Horford, because
They
there's
did get.
no low post defense in Boston.
Oh
I
man,
mean, they pick up Enes Kanter, who
he
can't play defense for
anything. Oh my god, that defense
There's
is
no, and I don't
atrocious.
even know who. I mean, I think they brought back Daniel Tice to come play. I mean, they're hurting at their big man.
And they lost Aaron Baines. I feel like that's a very underrated signing for the Suns. Aaron Baines leaving the Boston Celtics.
Yeah,
That's a
nobody
big
cares
hit to their depth.
yeah, no,
All right,
I thought with Boston the one. Well, okay, yeah, we can move on. We'll get to that later. We'll move on.
All right, now my silent, the team that I feel like stayed the same. I picked the Celtics, but I completely forgot that they had to freaking swap out Al Horford with a Nets Cantor.
yeah,
I completely forgot that.
Well,
But at the same time, I feel like going into this next season, that team is going to look almost the exact same. They're going to be mid-East, and they're probably going to be a first, second round out. I don't see any improvement or moving back by that roster. I really feel confident in what Brad Stevens can do. So I really feel like they just stayed consistent.
for me, I thought this was one of the easiest topic. I thought for me I went with the Spurs. The Spurs, I think they added DeMar Carroll. That's the only guy they added, and
I mean, the Spurs aren't really known for ever making big free agency moves, except that one LaMarcus Aldridge signing.
They're the same team, and they're probably going to compete for around the same playoff spot. They were the 7th seed last year. I can see them being about the 7, anywhere from 6 to 8 this year. Popovich is still coaching. I mean, they do get DeJounte Murray back, but it's not. He was still on the roster last year. He just hurt. But I mean, overall,
I like their draft pick though, and Lucas Maniac. I really like that draft pick.
Lonnie
That's almost
Walker's
how you
eventually
pronounce
going to
it, I
progress to
think.
be the best shooting guard in the NBA, but he's not there yet. But Lonnie Walker will eventually become the greatest player of all time out of Reading, Pennsylvania, baby. But
Let's go you.
I mean,
Let's go you.
The Spurs basically did. Yeah, they stayed the same.
I went with the Sixers. Now, I think they should have just ran it back. They didn't have to throw all that money at Horford. While it was a good signing, I think they would have done the same if they just ran it back with Butler.
I mean,
keeping Tobias Harris was good.
I don't think they wanted to. I don't think Jimmy Butler wanted to.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. He didn't want to, so they had to go.
Well, that's what I think. They had to throw the money at Horford because they needed to stay competitive. I mean,
to be fair, we've seen in the playoffs multiple times, Al Horford was one of the only players to actually be able to stop or slow down Joel Embiid. So it's like, might as well just sign him.
They need to go get Melo.
Oh, man.
He can bench out bad.
That bench is looking drained, man.
That's the only problem I see with the Sixers. But their bench was drained last year after they made the Tobias Harris trade. Losing Boban Marjanovic might hurt them, but in all seriousness, I think they'll be the same.
That's my scary. I don't mind. Like they're the only bench player I like. Well, Mike Scott is still okay. I mean, it's obviously nothing to be.
I think the biggest hit is that they lost JJ Redick.
That's gonna hurt them a lot.
Yeah,
that's their biggest.
I Yeah, especially with a team
They're gonna
that
need
struggles
Zaire
from
Smith.
beyond the yard.
Step up. But I think they'll be a second round
Yeah.
exit at worst again.
Plus, I think the Sixers are still gonna they're obviously not done. I definitely think by the deadline they'll end up adding something.
Yeah, they're pretty
So,
aggressive.
I think they'll be a good team for the buyout market when it comes.
Yeah.
That's
And dude, imagine if we just see Ben Simmons just shooting 30% from three.
I don't know why
the
they
Giannis
should
jump
go pick-
shot. I mean, that's all he needs.
Yeah.
They should go out and pick up Jamal Crawford. I mean, Jamal Crawford
He is-
still has 1 year left.
Man, I forgot he's still a free agent. But
He still showed. I mean, he had a 50-point game last year.
Yeah.
They don't have scoring on the bench. It's exactly what he can.
they don't have
provide to that
scoring. They don't
bench.
have defense. They barely have a bench. And they could go. They could go to an approach where they just want to just outscore everyone, play like the Rockets.
And the thing is, he can come in. He can even be, in a way, a closer for that team, because obviously Josh Richardson is much more of a defender. He can definitely come in late.
That was one of my biggest
If they-
critiques with Josh Richardson. I feel like he was very scared of the moment because I can remember 3 instances. Dwayne Wade has the ball late in the game. He gives it to Josh Richardson, basically just lets him know, take the game, make the shot, win it for us. And then he kind of scrambles and throws up a very bad contested 3. I never really
But
liked
Josh
Josh.
Richardson isn't coming into Philadelphia to be that closer. Like, they're gonna give the ball to Embiid.
Well, that's
probably.
my point. I think
Well-
that's why I think a guy like Jamal Crawford would be a perfect signing for the Sixers. And
I don't know
Jamal
if they're
Crawford-
title contender.
Well, because remember, before they had Jimmy Butler, there was always that conversation of who's their closer. If they need
Exactly.
a 3, who are they going
Well, right-
to? Because they
Right
only
now,
had
it's
JJ
gonna be
Redick.
Tobias Harris. It's Tobias,
Tobias Harris.
right now.
Oh man,
I mean, that's just the truth of it. That's who it. I mean, right now, if they're down 2 and if their late game last 3 minutes, they need something. I mean, it's gonna be Tobias Harris.
all right. So let's go on to the next thing. Quick, is this news completely stolen from the starters? Let's just start it off immediately. Report: Thunder, Chris Paul expecting guard to start season in Oklahoma. This was immediately after the original trade. Basically, just they couldn't find a trade for Chris Paul out of there. So how do you guys feel about Chris Paul suiting up for the Thunder?
So it's just a waste of time. I mean, I wouldn't even let him get on the court. I'm trying to lose games. I'm trying to get the best lottery odds I can. I don't even get it. If I were the Thunder, I wouldn't even shoot him up. So, I mean, that's just me.
I feel bad.
But I guess to shoot him up, maybe. I mean, you want to showcase he still has something to eventually trade him, as in December when 40% of the league is tradable again. Because that's the ultimate goal. They're going to try to trade Chris Paul by the deadline. I mean, I think right now, I think they're already going for Chris Paul. I think it makes sense, but that's
The
here nor there.
Detroit Pistons would be
I
a
don't even
very
know why.
good place for Chris Paul, just for the pieces around
And
him.
they have the salaries to match.
Yeah.
So I think that's the only thing it's the only team when I look and I go, I mean, that makes sense to actually do it. The Pistons are stuck in NBA purgatory. They're going nowhere. You picked up Chris Paul, you can at least pretend you can contend in the East. Whether you actually can or not, probably I would lean toward you can't. But at least you can tell your fans, look, we have a competitive roster. The East isn't
I'd rather
that
be in the East
strong.
than the West. I think everybody would.
Hey man, just imagine this
Yeah,
though.
I mean,
Imagine this: Chris Paul and Blake Griffin playing together. Dude, come on, that's like unstoppable, man.
I hope he gets traded for his sake.
So I feel like no, because if you give the Pistons Chris Paul, that reminds me very much of Lob City, right?
Yep.
But so yeah, Drummond
Jordan.
just being a better DeAndre Jordan, in my opinion. Blake Griffin being
Yeah, but
Blake
that didn't
Griffin.
work. See, that's the thing.
They obviously don't have JJ Redick, but freaking who's that? Luke Kennard. Luke Kennard's a shooter, bro. Langston Galloway, he's a shooter.
I mean, I don't know many people that are boasting.
And
about
Langston
having Jaren
Galloway.
on the roster.
And Langston Galloway, bro, dude.
Well, no, see, the thing is, to max salaries, the Pistons would give up Tony Snell, Langston Galloway, and Reggie Jackson. That's how they can meet
Okay, they
salaries.
still keep a
But it
young
makes
player in
sense.
Sekou Doumbouya. They still have Luke Kennard, who they can still flip for someone that could help.
And Derrick Rose can fill in the 6-man.
Which is
role,
what he said
which
he
I
would
think's
be
nice.
fun with the role.
Derrick
Westbrook
Rose
was-
off the bench will forever be deadly.
And then for the Thunder, I mean, it just makes sense that you're getting, if you take Reggie Jackson, Galloway, let Tony Snow, you get 3 expiring contracts that you won't have to pay for next year. They all suck, so they'll continue to lose games, which is what the Thunder are trying to do. So I mean, I think it just makes sense both ways. So I don't know why the Pistons. If I'm the Pistons, I think it's the best move left on the table for them to get. There's nothing. I mean, there's nothing else that they really can do, and with the roster, they're at best a low-seeded playoff team that goes out in the first round.
Yeah,
All right.
that seemed.
Next up, Brandon Ingram close to normal after surgery. Is that news?
I mean, no, because I expect.
I
expected
guess.
them to be. I mean, it's
Not
not-
really.
I mean, okay, with blood clots, see what happened to Chris Bosh, man. Blood clots is not something. It's
Yeah,
not
but
something
I mean-
normal that you just see someone like, oh yeah, he'll recover.
It's also not normal to be built like Slender Man, so he should be all right.
Yeah, but I mean, never no reports that it was career-threatening, really. So I never expected it to ever hold him back.
So you don't. So you guys think that if the Pelicans don't have someone like Brandon Ingram, maybe their playoff chances are a bit more shot? Because obviously, they're obviously
I'm
like
not saying that.
on the brink, you know.
No, I'm not saying that like Brandon Ingram's useless. I'm just saying like I kind of expected him to be okay and back on the court.
Yeah, no,
so
it's
I don't
not like
really-
they said he was like this is career threatening.
I mean, it was. It's blood clot.
Oh well, it looks like it's not now.
All right, final one. Zion Williamson announces he's signing with Jordan Brand.
That
for
I
him.
think that's news. That's gonna revive Jordan after they flopped with Westbrook and Melo.
You think they flopped with
it's-
those two?
Well, probably not financially, but like, how many people are wearing Westbrooks nowadays?
Dude,
CP3.
Westbrook shoes are ugly.
I
CP3,
mean, that's yeah. I mean,
any one of those Jordan shoes are always ugly in my opinion.
See, that's the
But
thing,
you still-
they're getting compared to like the 3s and the 11s, so it's just
Yeah.
To me though, the thing that I would probably worry about is I just don't think an athlete can ever top the Jordan Brand, and so I think that's maybe a reason why none of these guys. I mean, obviously Westbrook's not LeBron or anything, but I mean more people like Russell Westbrook than never.
Are you really
I
going
wouldn't
that far to say that more people like Russell Westbrook though?
yeah. I don't know where you're going.
No, I was gonna say over guys like Paul George, Kyrie, who are doing really well at Nike, but then I might want to take a step back. But I mean, I don't know. We have no idea. It's really all
Yeah.
on what Zion does. If Zion really is a superstar, then
I'm glad
fine.
he took his own path and didn't join Nike with all those guys.
I mean, I
Check
guess
his
they
own
just
thing.
offered the best bag.
Yeah, pretty much.
Team Reebok, Kawhi Leonard, best player.
Did you say Reebok? What?
Like,
New
Oh,
Balance,
is he
dog.
New Balance? Yeah, he's New Balance.
Tripping, dude. I told you.
New
Bro,
Balance.
if someone
I know,
if someone
right?
comes on if an NBA player comes on the court rocking some Reeboks, dude, I'm losing it.
Jack hasn't talked.
Dude, I just thought of a brand that nobody cares about, and I remember Kawhi. Was
Yeah, I want to see some NBA players hooping up in like some Skechers, dude. Like some of those light up
Magic
ones.
or Converse.
Well,
Chuck
that's
Taylor's.
different.
Not really. At the
yo,
time.
yo, just watch someone pull up in some Timbs.
Anyways.
Dude, what? That doesn't even make sense. Why did you
Stop.
say that? What?
Anyways.
All right, this is gonna be some fun. All right, who did this? We're gonna give a one player specific stat, one hint if needed after the first guess. Each of y'all get one guess or two guesses each. So
Are we both gonna guess? Are we both just gonna guess, and then you're gonna tell us if either of us got it
yeah,
right?
yeah. So you guys are gonna guess
Okay.
who it is. If none of you guys get it right, I'll give the hint. You guys guess again. All right. So first thing I have up. In the last 3 seasons, only one player has made 3 or more lobs in the fourth quarter in clutch time. Clutch time being when a game was in, when a game is within 5 points in the last 5 minutes?
Are you saying thrown lobs or caught
Like
lobs?
caught lobs.
Okay.
What?
Oh man. Wow, that is such an odd stat.
That's so random.
Holy shit, that
That
is
is so
hard.
random.
I really gotta think about that.
So,
Man,
so,
that's
so now
it.
you
Very interesting.
in the last 3 seasons, only one player has made 3 or more lobs in the fourth quarter in clutch time. And by the way, this player did it twice.
Oh, he hasn't done it for 3 straight years.
No. So he's done it twice, but he's the only player to do it within the last 3 seasons.
Whew. I have no idea. Such an odd question.
Is it Giannis?
No, it's not Giannis.
Am
It's-
I in
it's
the
not-
right
I'll-
lines?
Well, wait. Did we get one guess, or did we just keep going? I thought we only got
We get
one
two.
guess.
That's
2.
fine.
So I'm okay. This
yeah,
isn't the
we get two,
hint, but I'll
okay.
say this: it's not a star player. None of these guys.
Nah, come on. Why'd you give it? I didn't get one. All right, I'm gonna go with Aaron.
No,
Gordon.
it's not.
I'm gonna need a hint.
All right, Vice, baby.
What?
Oh, the
I didn't even hear the hint.
shit. What,
Vice.
I got it. It's well, I know what team he plays for now. I just don't. I want to make sure I get the right player here.
Yeah, I'm losing it.
Shit.
It's
Is it
Bam.
That's so
Okay.
random.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, dude. So like,
Never
dude,
was gonna get that.
I saw this on the Miami Heat Instagram page, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. I was just scrolling through Instagram. I just saw this, and I was like, "Yo, that's interesting."
Never would have guessed that.
Yo, you.
That hint was way too easy, dude. You want
I mean,
to
the
get
hint.
some
The
vibes. I
hint
knew
is
it-
literally
I
just
knew
the
it-
team they play for, because
Yeah, well, it's
Yeah,
you know
but
it's
that's
like a
that
big
gives
hint,
you.
yeah. Well, okay.
for the most part.
2 guards cracked the top 10 in true shooting percentage for the 2018-19 season. Stephen Curry was ranked number 8. What guard was ranked number 6?
Oh, it's just
No,
all
just
time?
for the 2018-19 season.
What is the stat?
The true shooting percentage. Only 2 guards made the top 10.
Okay. I'm thinking about this.
Steph is number 8, and the guard you are trying to guess ranked number 6.
It's this. Okay. I almost want to say hard, but I got 2 guesses, right?
Yeah, you got 2 guesses.
I'm not even gonna use it. So, okay, I'll use one on hard.
It's not Harden.
Okay, I didn't think so.
I'll be
Figure
honest.
it
I'll be
out.
honest. Harden's a bad guess, dude. Harden chucks, bro.
When you say true
Yeah,
shooting
but I mean-
percentage, like
So true shooting percentage, I'm pretty sure, is basically the cumulative percentage from field goal, 3-point, and free throw.
I'll say
Shit,
Redick.
I really should have said.
That's a good guess, but no, because I can see the direction you're going with that.
Am I like on the right track?
All right,
Um,
here's the hint. Here's the hint. He played for the 2018-19 season. He played for the Nets.
Joe Harris. You're kidding.
Yes, it was Joe Harris.
You're kidding.
No,
was gonna say
Once you
Corbin
can't,
Ness.
your hints are too easy.
Yeah, I was gonna say you might have to
As
go
soon
like
as
a
you-
different route with the hints.
You
I
want
don't
me to
know.
get-
though.
I-
I'm
okay,
gonna
okay,
get it regardless. So,
yeah, Joe. Dude, I was surprised by that too.
Joe,
But, I mean,
like,
it makes sense.
I
No,
guess.
because
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
what I think threw me off the most is that Steph was number 8.
I was gonna say
No,
Korver
that's-
next if it wasn't ready.
I think Korver has done that at least once or twice in his career. All right.
I have no idea. I honestly, dude, I was so lost on that question.
So only one player this previous season played 80 or more games and did not start a single one. Who did that?
That's a really good question. Oh,
Yeah.
Lou.
Nope. Lou Will started about 6 games.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Alright,
he
so I'm
played
not-
80 and started none.
He played 80 or more and started 0. Okay, so y'all both just said Lou Will. Okay, let me not give the team. I'll give the division. It's the Southeast.
Oh my god. I don't know anybody outside of Miami.
The most irrelevant teams: the Hornets, the Hawks, Magic, Wizards, and the Heat. Nobody cares about any of these teams.
Oh my god, if this is another
I don't even
player.
I don't know. Didn't start.
Not a
one
single
game.
game.
Not,
He
don't
played-
tell me it's Wade. Don't tell me it's Wade.
It's not D Wade.
Okay.
No, wait, we're starting.
D Wade didn't play 80 games.
Well, that too.
I don't know.
This player played 81,
Shit,
by
yeah.
the way.
He basically played the whole year. Well, if he shut out a game, they might have been. It might. Oh, you know what? He might play for the Magic then, because he might have shut out like the last game or something. So they already clinched. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm out.
I
I
mean,
have no
I
clue.
honestly have no
The
idea.
Magic,
dude.
the
This is
Magic
such
weren't
an
clinched
odd-
at the last game.
Nah, he definitely started some games. Damn, they didn't start one. That's such. I mean, guys get hurt, guys start. Damn.
Dude, I actually thought this guy was a starter. I did not know he came off the bench.
What team?
That made.
The Magic.
Oh.
That's what I figured. I was thinking that's what I told you. I figured it was a Magic. I want to say Terrence Ross,
Terrence Ross.
but
Yeah, I
he
was
has
thinking
to
of him.
start.
It was Terrence Ross.
It was him, really.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
I was. Dude, I
Yeah,
had him the
because
whole time.
you
I
think
just
of him,
figured
he's
they
like,
had
yeah,
to
he's
start.
a pretty solid starter.
You know what? They must
Dude,
have-
I
okay,
did not
see, I
know
don't
he
want-
came off the
I'm-
bench.
Yeah, no.
Well, I mean, that means because they start. I'm assuming they're starting Jonathan Isaac, Evan
Yeah.
all the time.
Because they're trying to develop
Well,
him, I guess.
I just don't care about the Magic, so.
But yeah, dude, he played 81 games and started 0.
I love.
Well, he's
Terrence
pretty
Ross.
good.
Yeah.
Well, I love them on the Raptors.
Huh.
I don't watch Magic games, so.
All right, so this one is actually pretty. I could say easier than the last two, but if you don't know your stuff, then you're fucked. All right.
Keep your
And-
hints too. I want to get one without any hints.
All right.
This is interesting. This is really interesting.
In the
I have no idea.
2000s, there have been 2 instances in which the winners of the MVP honor in consecutive years ended up playing together. The most recent pair being Westbrook and Harden. Who were the first 2?
Is it, oh, wait, no, never mind.
Wait. So, wait. What 2 MVPs in the 2000s basically played on the same team in consecutive
The
years?
winner of the MVP in consecutive years, yes.
Okay.
Like, they didn't win it.
Durant.
Yep.
Durant and Curry.
I was thinking Nash and
Yeah,
Kobe. I don't
Durant
know why I
won.
went.
Nash and Kobe.
I thought Nash won MVP for some reason.
No, he did twice, but he didn't play with Kobe till like.
Yeah.
2012.
Oh my God, you meant like that. Yeah, I'm actually a fucking.
Wait. Actually, something interesting about
Durant
this.
won in 2014,
Something very
Curry
interesting
won-
about this.
Curry won in
It's
2015.
always 1 year gap after the second MVP. No. After no,
Curry
because
won
what I'm saying
back-to-back.
is like the consecutive years, and then there was one space between the year they teamed up and the consecutive.
That was so easy. Oh my God.
Yeah, that one was easy. I
That
was like
was
really.
so easy.
I
That's
was kind of.
Especially because you limited.
Yeah, I was
it
like
to
kind of
only the
thinking,
last,
should I
like,
make it?
15
Should I,
years, so-
okay, because I didn't want to go back and do like research of
just
every
read that.
single MVP that's ever played together.
Yeah, but MVPs are like. I mean, MVPs. Everyone should know they're MVPs.
All right, but you guys
Yeah,
like that?
VPs.
Like the format?
Yeah, that's dope.
No, yeah.
Yeah, because that's the end of what I have for there. All right. Now,
At least I got the last.
Yeah.
one. I got 2. I got Terrence.
All right, so- the well-known game: 2 truths and a lie. I'm going to tell you 2 things that are true, 1 thing that is false. First thing first, I'm going to start off with things that have to do with the younger players. So, number 1, Bruno Caboclo of the Memphis Grizzlies has a 7'7" wingspan while standing at 6'9". All right. Luka Doncic led all rookies with 5 triple-doubles this season. And Trae Young is the only rookie to ever have a 45-point and 15-assist game.
I know
Which-
the first one's true.
Which one's a lie?
I'm
I'm going with the
Young's
second
lie.
one. I don't know though.
Trae Young's
I don't
the
know.
lie.
45.
Trae Young's the lie. No, wait. He had a game like
See,
that. No, then yeah,
I don't know.
Luka.
No, because I don't know what other rookies would get 5 triple doubles.
That's the thing. Yeah, DeAndre.
No,
Ayton,
DeAndre.
no. What the hell? What?
There had to be another.
What
rookie
the
that
hell?
had
This is
45
actually
to
hard.
15.
No, because you're right. I don't think any.
I don't
rookie
know,
would've
dude,
that had
yeah.
Luka, but I almost am positive that Trae Young did have a 45 and 15 game. Like I'm almost
I
positive.
don't think Luka got. Did Luka? I'm gonna stick with.
But I don't think what other rookie would have gotten more
I'm
than
gonna
5
stick with
triple
Luka.
doubles.
I don't know though.
Oh wait, okay, I'm not. I haven't submitted him. I'm thinking of.
All right, so
rookie, like,
Deuce, choose Luka,
I don't
right?
know because I think other rookies have gotten 40. I don't know. I probably look like an
Wait,
idiot.
so you're saying? Wait. You're saying is Trae Young the only one to do 45 and 15?
Only rookie ever in NBA history.
Ever.
NBA history to have
Yeah,
45
probably
points.
not. I'm gonna stick
and
with Luka,
15
but
assists.
I'm probably wrong.
Just put in your final answer.
Jesus Christ, dude. Yeah, I'll go with Trae Young. I'm gonna guess some other
So,
rookie did it, even though I
The
bet
lie
it's Luka.
was Luka Doncic did not lead all rookies with 5
Oh,
triple
let's
doubles.
go.
Fuck,
He led them.
I really-
He led them, but not with 5.
Oh yeah, you're a snake.
Oh, well, that's okay.
Okay, so
Your question wrong. I thought you were just saying he had to lead them. Okay, I didn't really
Oh,
get it then.
well, okay.
See, I didn't
Okay,
think he got 5.
So yeah, so the thing is, I remember watching that Trae Young game. It was against the Bulls. Him and Zach LaVine went crazy in 4 overtimes.
No, that's what I'm saying. I knew Trae did it. I knew Trae.
Yeah.
Yeah, same. No, I knew Trey.
Dude, I
wanted
wanted to throw the
Bruno.
Bruno. I wanted to throw the Bruno Caboclo thing in. Just
Oh, I
to
knew
mess with
that.
y'all.
I knew that was 100%.
All right.
Oh, shit.
So next one. This has to do with playoffs. First up,
Okay.
Kawhi Leonard was the second youngest Finals MVP in NBA history when he won in 2014. Dirk Nowitzki holds the record for most made free throws without a miss in a playoff game. And the lowest scoring playoff game was 66-64 in 2002 between the Boston Celtics and Detroit Pistons.
I almost think that third one's a lie. Yeah, I'm almost positive I know a game that was lower score than that. But I don't. But that's such a low score. It feels like that.
I feel like they were
hard
different
to top.
teams. I don't know.
Yeah, how are we defining the lie?
Yeah, I was
Like,
gonna
can
say
any
like you're
part of
lying
it
by
be a
a
lie?
mission. Like
So, okay. So,
Like, can literally any part of it be a lie? Like, can you like
Yeah.
say that was the score, but maybe it was not the Celtics or something? Or
so
not?
you, there's literally
you're making this so difficult.
yeah, okay, I probably did make it harder than it should have, but there's literally one
No, I
No,
like that.
there's
It's
literally
hard. Like,
one
I'm not
thing.
sure
There's
how
literally
we're
one
defining
thing in each of these statements, or in one of these statements that makes it wrong.
Okay, all right.
What?
So there's
So
literally
Dirk has
one
the
minor
most-
detail that's just tweaked, just like the triple double thing, because he led all the rookies, but instead of having,
Okay,
So
so,
it's-
so that last one could be true, but it could be like a different team.
I'll tell you this:
Okay.
the score is the same, because I'm not gonna mess up the score because no one's gonna know that, you know.
You gotta go through
See,
them again. I already
I
forgot.
know the Heat and the
All
Hawks.
right.
I know the Heat and the Hawks played a playoff series, and they had a really
All right,
good
so
game.
the first one was Kawhi Leonard was the second youngest Finals MVP in NBA history when he won in 2014.
That's gotta be that's like the one that sounds the most true.
Dirk Nowitzki holds the record for most made free throws without a miss in a playoff game. And the lowest scoring playoff game
Wait, in a single playoff game or in the playoffs?
in a
again?
single playoff game. And then the lowest scoring playoff game was 66-64 in 2002 between the Boston Celtics and the Detroit Pistons.
Well, I know.
I'm gonna go with the
Are we
first
like
one.
are we like competing, or are we both just trying to get it?
You guys can work together or compete. I don't care. I mean, you guys could have been keeping track between these little games.
Because I know one of these. Because I know for a fact one of these is true. but I don't know if I should tell you.
I don't know, dude. I think Kawhi was the youngest, but I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't have a clue about the other two, so I'm just gonna go with Kawhi as the youngest.
All right. Okay. I know the Dirk one. Because I think I'm almost positive I remember the game he did it. Because I watched like a whole thing on the Mavericks playoff run. But Kawhi. I'm trying to run through like who were some really young Finals MVPs. See, there's some like I might go back to like I don't know any like the 50s and 60s.
It was not 50s or 60s.
So yeah, I mean.
Oh, so there
I mean,
was
yeah,
somebody.
I'm gonna go with the third one. I'll go with the
All right, so you were right. The Dirk was true.
Who's the
Yeah, I
youngest
knew that one.
MVP?
The Kawhi one was actually a lie, but
Oh, dude,
but
Damn.
do we really give credit to Deuce because he said Kawhi is the youngest? Kawhi is
was
actually
I
the
wrong?
third
I was right, but I was
youngest.
wrong.
Yeah. So Magic Johnson holds the record for the first and second youngest MVP.
Yeah, that's right. He won the.
He won it as a
yeah.
rookie, and then
Yeah,
he
was
won
that?
it as a 24-year. I want to say he was like a 24-year-old, or
Oh,
he was
so
literally just
the
a few.
top two.
He was a few months younger than Kawhi Leonard was when he won it in 2014.
So he was the top two.
Yeah, Magic Johnson
Wait,
is
that would
literally the
make
top
Kawhi
two.
the second.
No,
Oh,
Kawhi is
okay.
the third
Okay,
youngest.
Wait,
I still.
who's the other
Magic
one?
Johnson. He won 2 Finals MVPs when he was both times younger than Kawhi Leonard.
Was Kawhi 25 when he won it? I thought he was.
He was
younger.
24.
I thought he was
Yeah.
younger.
So both Magic Johnson was also 24 the second time, but he was like a few months younger.
Damn it! I couldn't. Oh,
Let's go 2 for 2.
That's
Yeah.
right. And I
for
only had
the
the
wrong reasons.
too. I remember the Dirk.
Dude, I wish I had more. I actually don't have anything else. But dude, that's fun, right?
Yeah, no, that was awesome.
But yeah, I don't have anything else. Hey, tell me one thing though. What's the thing that caught you most off guard out of all these things that you just now found out?
Oh, the one that like
Oh.
shook me. I guess the low scoring playoff game, because like nowadays.
Yeah,
would
that's a
never
first
happen.
half score. That's a first half
That would
score.
literally just never happen nowadays.
Makes sense though. I mean,
Yeah,
well,
that
that
Pistons team
Pistons.
play defense. I know, but like that would just never happen nowadays.
What?
I'm trying to think
okay,
of like
the reason I was questioning that one is because I remember there was a. I'm almost positive.
I'm looking that up right
in the
now.
Hawks-
Heat, Hawks, low.
I might be dead. I could be dead
Sure.
wrong, but I think there was a really. I don't know. There's a really good video by SB Nation on how bad
the
that
Bam
series was.
Adebayo.
That was really out there.
That was just so random.
I'm surprised he was even on the floor in the last 5 minutes.
That's what I'm
I don't
saying.
figure
Like,
White guy-
oh, I see on the floor.
Remembering the facts and figures of Atlanta's 0-0 win, quote unquote, over the Heat and other do-over NBA contents of that's a thing?
Just look up. I think it was the 2009 Heat and Hawks playoff series.
Yeah, it was 2008. Apparently there was a game that had to be redone. That's weird.
It was just a terrible series. Like it was 7 blowouts in a row.
But dude, honestly, I genuinely thought that Kawhi was the second youngest, and then I freaking saw that. Dude, Magic Johnson was. I didn't realize he was like that good.
Dude,
that young.
I could just remember NBA posting on Instagram Kawhi the youngest Finals MVP ever in my head. So I just thought that was right.
I know Larry Bird also won the finals as a rookie, but he didn't win finals MVP. Cedric Maxwell did.
Well, plenty of NBA players has won as a rookie.
Well, I want to get to what we think of the what happened in the NBA in the offseason, because boy, do I not. I don't think either LA team's coming out of the West.
All right, okay. Quick rundown. What team do you see coming into the playoff? What team do you see coming out of playoffs? Immediately, I think we all agree the Thunder are not making
Yep,
the playoffs.
Thunder.
Again, right? All right, so wait, what team are we seeing going in then? The Lakers. All right, so who else falls out?
I guess the
Yeah,
Lakers, that was.
I mean that's
Yeah,
But-
you do with the West.
Because who else maybe falls out? The Spurs might fall out. to maybe like the Pelicans.
I guess the Spurs are always gonna hover around 7 to 8 though. Until
That's like one of those
better.
weirdest things too.
It's because Popovich.
Greg Popovich is just a great coach. I feel like when he retires is going to be the time that they finally
Oh yeah, they're
don't
gonna.
make the playoffs.
They're gonna be terrible.
Man, the East might be the same damn teams.
No,
Pay.
I mean,
The-
I'll
the
go,
Heat-
I'll go,
the Heat are
I'll go
going in there.
Orlando. I'll say Orlando.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see them get back in, but I mean, them and Detroit both could fall out, but no one cares. They're both first round exits at best.
Yeah, see, that's the thing with these teams. It's like we know the same 4 teams in the East are gonna compete probably. I guess not.
Jimmy
so
Butler is going to lead to a freaking 6 seed at best.
Stop.
At best.
Stop.
What
That's
did
not
at
happening.
best?
That's the ceiling. His floor is like
Yeah.
12.
Yeah.
Oh,
like
you're
what
saying
are you
at
trying
best.
to
I
say? Wait,
thought-
no.
oh,
I'm not
okay.
going to be that delusional saying, nah, bro. Jimmy Butler
14.
instead of Josh Richardson, give us the championship right now.
Because I can easily, bro, right now, I'll tell you the Sixers are better than the Heat.
Right.
The Bucks are better than the Heat.
Right.
Yeah,
the
that's
Knicks are
not
better
what
than
he
the
meant. That's not what he meant.
Yeah,
But,
I
okay.
know, I know.
So I can see, weirdly enough, I can see the Nets being like a mid-East team just with Kyrie.
Well, I'm telling you right now, if Durant finds a way back on the floor.
Dude, if Durant finds a way back on the floor, they're going to be instant title contenders. I don't care what anybody says, how long he's been out.
God, I'm
Well-
hoping. I want it to happen. I want it to happen so bad.
Dude,
I
imagine
love
seeing
being out.
KD and Kyrie as like a 5 or 6 seed.
Even when KD came back in Game 5 and he was stuck to just
Like,
being a spot up,
dude,
he
dude.
went 3 for 3. Like,
Dude, that man was like 50% of what he actually was, and he still was the reason why they like stayed in that game.
yeah, he had 12 in the first quarter and then some, and then he tried to
Like, dude,
triple.
KD can come back from this injury 70% from what he was. He's still gonna be.
Well, see,
He's still
the
gonna be like a
scary-
top
the
10
scary-
player in the league.
Yeah.
But the scary thing is that it's the worst injury he could have ever suffered.
Yeah, we
But-
saw Boogie.
But okay, he's not a player that really relies on like his pure athleticism though. Like it's a very good asset that he has, but
Yeah, but it's hard in general. I mean, everything's selfish. I mean, it's just a terrible
Yeah.
injury.
and what I think it was his left leg too. It'd be a bigger deal if it was his right leg, but it was his left leg that got hurt. So
Regardless, they'll be title contenders once he comes back.
immediately.
Especially in
I mean, we don't know what Giannis is gonna come.
Hell,
We don't know what
hell,
Giannis is
Durant
gonna come
came
up
back-
to, dude. We don't know what Ben Simmons is gonna
Hell,
end up like.
Ben Simmons isn't gonna progress this year, unless
You don't
like,
think so?
I mean,
Well-
like he'll obviously get better, but like, you know, people want him to get a jump shot. I don't know if that's ever gonna happen.
Who do y'all think's coming out of the West?
Coming out of the what?
If you had to go, if you had to bet right now, who do you think would win the? Who do you think?
When the West? Oh my. Ooh.
You got to pick a California team. Can't go wrong.
You gonna take the Kings?
Dude, part of me wants to say like the Rockets.
Yeah,
At the
unless
same
you
time,
really like Houston, but
That's who I'm taking. Dude.
Oh
I think
my-
the Houston
I
Rockets
can
are gonna
full.
win.
I can see 3 teams coming out the West. I can see the Lakers. I can see the Clippers.
yeah, I can see
more
one
than
and
3.
three.
I don't see the Jazz making it out the West. Maybe if Clay comes back and
No.
plays
Oh, I
well.
can.
Jazz are
The
not.
Warriors
Yeah.
definitely
Wow.
can. The Jazz,
I feel
think
like the
Jazz
Warriors.
can. I
The
think
Warriors
Nuggets
depend on
can.
if Clay comes back or not. In my opinion.
No, they'll be. I mean, I don't think the Warriors will win the West without Clay, but like, they'll still be like a 4 seed, 5 seed.
No, but they'll have
Exactly.
No,
playoff
that-
time.
Well, it can be like a Gordon Hayward thing, you know, like when he doesn't come back. But then again, all he needs to do is shoot. My bad. But
Hold on. That's
that
a
is.
bad
Yeah, that
comparison.
was kind of weird. That.
That was a bad-
dude, no, because
Oh my goodness.
okay. So what? So you
Plus, Gordon Hayward's injury is different
Yeah.
from what Clay did. Hayward's injury was worse. A 20. I mean, obviously, a 20 CL is terrible, but got 90% of dudes bounce back from the 20 ACL pretty.
Zach
I mean,
Levine. Look at
it's
Zach
straightforward.
Levine. Actually, he's a very good example of that.
It's a straightforward injury. That's why.
Man, I don't see that. I don't see the Jazz coming
I almost
out.
want to take the Warriors because I don't know what they're playing. I mean, I know they're saying they're committing to D'Lo, but I mean, obviously,
I personally don't. I don't. I personally don't like
we
them
don't-
saying that. I mean, obviously
They
they have to
have
say
to.
that,
I mean, they can't come out and say, "Yeah, we're gonna."
but I
trade
don't
him."
like
Well,
that they actually go in the direction of keeping D'Lo and thinking that a lineup of Steph, D'Lo, and Clay is gonna work. I just don't think that's a good idea at all.
No, I think the lineup works. My only problem is I don't know how. They're bad defense.
Exactly. That's why I don't think
defense
it'll work.
They'll
Because
be fine.
But I mean, at the same time, Clay and Draymond can easily take the best two offensive players on any team.
If they have Curry, D'Lo, and Clay, it'll be fine. Without Clay,
dude, that makes their starting lineup 6'3", 6'5", 6'7", 6'7", 11 or 7 foot with Willie Cauley-Stein.
I mean that's what they.
Yeah, but I mean, dude,
Durant.
yeah, they run small. They're gonna.
Yeah, the
they
Warriors always run small. That's what Kerr wants.
oh my god,
Plus,
yeah,
I
because
think
when they had Harrison Barnes, he was what 6'8". Jesus Christ,
They ran Festus Ezeli. Dear God,
6'9". Dude, that's weird to think about.
that's just.
Imagine running that team in
offense.
2K. You're getting demolished
Yeah, you
on
run.
defense.
What you talking about? I run that shit all the time. I love playing small with the Iggy lineup when you
Hampton's
take out
five.
their center.
And dude, that's scary defensively. Go against Mo Bamba like Thon Maker did. Oh my god.
Yeah, but what? Not in real
No,
life.
No, definitely not in real life. I'm just thinking about virtually in 2K where it's broken.
Yeah,
No,
that's where.
Yeah,
we
but
need to
out
stop.
west, I mean, dude,
No,
it's really
okay,
gonna be a bloodbath out west. There's some people that think the Blazers have a real shot to win the
I
West.
forgot
No.
about the
I mean,
Blazers. I always forget about the Blazers. That's the thing. I mean, they were there without their starting center. So imagine what happens when they get him back. They now have Kent Bazemore.
Yeah,
They now have Hassan Whiteside. While freaking I feel like Hassan Whiteside is a upgrade from Enes Kanter no matter what. So just like while we were waiting for Nurkic to come back and be what he once was, like Whiteside is not bad compensation.
Blazers
And with
were
all the
15-3 of those games, and they lost them all. So I have no faith in them.
they also lost Myers Leonard.
how we see another team I'm interested in. I wonder how we feel about Indiana. Are these?
What about Oladipo?
I love what Indiana does in this off.
Yeah, they have a good offseason.
This
but-
They lost Bogdanovich. That's a big and Thad Young. They lost Bogdanovich and Thad Young. Those are two
obviously
important
that's
pieces.
losses. But you go pick up TK Warren. For
Yeah, they
nothing.
got TJ Warren for free. That's hilarious.
I mean, the Suns again proved they are the worst ranked team in the NBA.
Yeah, that's true.
The Suns are just doubling down on like young
obviously,
players.
Brogdon's an amazing pickup,
Right.
And then you have Jeremy Lamb and McConnell off the bench. You have to love that.
Yeah, but it's going to be on Oladipo. Like, this team's going to go as far as Oladipo comes
And
back.
this team, not this team, but the core of this team took LeBron 7 games.
Yeah, with Oladipo.
So that's what. Yeah, but he's gonna be back. It's just that what rate? That's the question there. And then too, I think Boston could win the East if Jason Tatum took a huge step forward.
And I'm telling you, Kemba Walker is gonna fit better than Kyrie did in Boston.
Nah.
Okay, okay. Tell me this. With Isaiah Thomas in Boston. Isaiah Thomas in Boston versus Kyrie's season in Boston. Who played better?
That's but Isaiah Thomas didn't have the guys like other guys like that were scoring.
Yeah, it was literally like if IT had to put up 50 for them to even want to win. So that's the thing.
Like there was no like who
There
else?
was no other
you- like,
option. Like Avery Bradley.
Jay Crowder.
Yeah, like
That was such a weird
He had
team.
to just try and outscore him.
That was such a weird team.
If you really think about it, that team should show how weak the
Yeah,
East
they got to the Eastern Conference Finals. They stole a game
That's
somehow.
disgusting.
Yeah, because freaking Lucky bounced after IT was already injured too.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. I mean, not that they were ever going to even have a shot against the Cavs, clearly, but the Raptors were the second best team in the East that year. They just ended up having to play
Go through
the
LeBron.
Cavs around her. But they were the second best team.
No,
I mean, they had the
got-
1 seed and they got swept the year after.
No, I know.
But,
I'm
like,
not
they're better
saying
than
they had any
Boston.
chance, but they're still better than that Celtics team. If the Celtics and Raptors met, I would have took the
I still don't understand how that Raptors team got swept, but then that Celtics team pushed the Cavs to 7.
I always found it funny.
it's just because
Cavs. They took the Cavs 6 the one year, and then they got worse. I always found that funny. They took LeBron 6 games in the Eastern Conference. They got to the Eastern Conference Finals. And all of a sudden,
the Miami Heat team would have put up a better fight just because of Dwayne Wade.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is the Raptors team that went to the Eastern Conference Finals got better, and LeBron's team got worse, and somehow they performed worse. Like that.
They just followed the curve, man. They just followed the curve.
Man, I mean, especially the last year before they got Kawhi. I mean, LeBron just went 7 games against an Indiana team that had no business taking him 7 games. As much as I like that team, I mean, Toronto. It's sad. I mean, obviously now it doesn't matter. They won the chip, and
yeah, I mean, as a business standpoint, they just did everything right. You know, they just won a chip, and they just did. A team that no one's really talking about, the Minnesota Timberwolves. How do you guys like the Jarrett Culver draft?
Right?
I don't give a shit. I'm never watching a Timberwolves. I don't give a damn about the Timberwolves.
They had a terrible season. They should have went after Ross D'Lo. Didn't get him.
They traded Dario. Wait, what did they trade Dario Saric for?
Culver. That's not bad. No, I'm not.
Did they trade up?
Man, I'm sorry.
Did they trade up?
I'm sorry to all the 15 Minnesota Timberwolves fans out there. Nobody cares about.
Hey, shout out Cat Season joining the Air Force. Shout out to you.
Freaking Jeff Teague is still there.
Awesome contract.
Oh man, and they lost D Rose.
I'd rather talk about the Suns than the freaking Timberwolves.
Man.
I don't give a.
The Knicks and all their 15 power forwards.
Dude, the Knicks might make the playoffs.
Dude, imagine if the Knicks signed Michael Beasley again.
Could care less at all. Would it matter? No. I mean, the Knicks. I mean, as bad as the East is, they could get an 8 seed.
I don't see the Knicks being better than the Pistons or the Magic or the Heat or.
Yep, I mean,
I'm just thinking about the bottom of the playoff East.
Like,
they can be.
It's just nobody cares because nobody cares about the bottom 3 seeds. Yeah, exactly.
I feel like just because they're a big market and they don't have a star, realistically. Imagine if Julius Randle balls out, though. Julius Randle.
That's what I'm saying. They have a lot of potential.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing that I think the only downside to this is obviously the parity this year is awesome. To actually have a real debate over the winners of each conference, and it's awesome. But the East is so weak. I mean, the East compared to what's happening in the West is gonna have teams. Now this might be a bit of a reach, but there's a real chance the West could have teams that missed the playoffs that could win the Eastern Conference.
That's just how it is for a long time.
You take a team like Dallas.
Get out of here! No. Dallas. If you put Dallas in the East, they are not winning it.
I think you're a little too high on Dallas.
Well, I mean, I want Dallas to be a Bradley Beal first. I mean, I think that's the greatest thing.
Okay, who would they trade? Jalen Brunson?
Yeah,
Jalen Brunson and picks?
Boban.
Dude.
Well, they would send him back. They would send Tim Hardaway.
Yo, DC, is he cutting out for you too?
Yeah,
he's been cutting out the whole time.
Yeah.
I said, wait a while. Jalen Brunson. And then, dude, they have to basically picks or something.
I can't believe the Clippers started that trend of trading 7 draft picks for a player. I think that's hilarious.
The Nets started. No, the Nets started that. Remember?
Yeah.
When they traded their whole future just for Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett.
The Nets even sent players in that deal. I mean,
no.
The only player, the Clippers also sent Gallo
people
and Shea.
The Clippers would trade 7 picks. I think that's great because at least half of those picks are going to be mid to low.
Nah, but for the Thunder, it's genius because they have a job by the time those picks are valuable. But the Clippers, I mean, eventually, their picks aren't they back as far as 2027 and 28? I mean, Paul George and Kawhi Leonard might not even be in the NBA by then.
I think it's all worth it if they win.
Wow, that's true.
No.
I mean, think about the Clippers.
No doubt.
I think it's just because the
If
management.
they win a chip, then you win the trade to me. I don't care. To me, if you win a championship, you want to trade if you make a deal like that. But
Like
if the
Raptors.
Clippers don't win a championship, then the Thunder could easily win that trade. Now,
Imagine thinking, dude.
it's
Imagine,
so far
yeah.
down
Imagine
the
like
line.
looking back 9 years. They're like, oh man, remember this one time this team traded a draft pick? Man, they won that trade because of
But
this
that's
one.
the thing. But that's the thing. Like Sam Presti, it's in a way smart. And the same thing. Even the Rockets is even better because he's got these picks so far down the line. Who God knows what these teams will look like in 6, 7, 8 years. I mean, the Rockets and Clippers, for all we know, could be the 2 worst teams in the league. And like,
No.
When did the Sacramento Kings trade that first rounder?
the Westbrook are almost are basically Paul George. 7 years from now, I mean, they're not.
Yeah, but that's the last. See, that's the
anything
thing.
if
That's
they
the
don't
last
leave.
pick. That's one pick. Like 2027. Was there one in
Well,
2028?
you also don't know how long they'll be there either. I mean, it's not like their contracts are forever. Kawhi only took a 2-year deal. Now I'm assuming
He did a
only
2
that
plus
to take
1.
more money in
2
2
plus 1.
years.
Because he
Well, he
cannot
can opt out. They all opt out.
But
All
Yeah,
right, I think we're at the end of
get
this
more
now.
money, but
I think we're at the end of this now. Yeah, you guys have anything else to add?
I'm gonna cut it
it's almost
already. So.
NFL season finally.
Almost. Anyway,
The Broncos will make the playoffs.
Okay,
Guys,
okay,
don't understand.
Yeah, that's where we.
I will go to my. I'm telling y'all, I can't believe how much hate I get. I really think Denver's going to the playoffs. Joe Flacco looks good in camp, boys. I'm telling you, Theo Riddick
Drew
could
Lock
pick
looks
up.
Terrible. He was so bad.
I don't give a shit. He's not playing. Joe, it's about the man, the myth, the legend, the elite quarterback himself, Joe Flacco.
well, anyway, thank you guys for tuning in and listening to this episode 3 of the Fifth Year Podcast. Share it, go on and so forth. See you next time.